Hey guys. Okay, so this is not necessarily a tutorial video, but more of like a I don't really even know what to describe this video as, but basically I wanted to talk about hair growth and different things of why your hair could possibly not be growing. Obviously some things that, let's just get out of the way, sometimes genetics suck and sometimes your hair is just really slow at growing, or you have really thin hair, and not a lot of hair. So those are things that you can try to combat with your specific hairstylist, and even like your doctors, and they can help you with different vitamins, different like options and plans of how you can try to help your hair grow a little bit more. But aside from those specific things, like aside from genetics, let's talk about hair growth, why your hair could possibly not be growing, and what are some options for you. First and foremost, if you're a blonde and you're trying to grow your hair out, stop bleaching your hair. Like, that's rule number one. Bleach is not good for your hair, and so you could definitely try to think of different options. Think outside the box. Like, balayage is a great option for girls who are trying to put as least damage as on their hair, but still be blonde. Because like, as you can see, like my ends are still pretty blonde, but also I do have some depth in there. So like, sometimes think of it as like a little blonde goes a long way. Sometimes we see ourselves as like, oh my gosh, my hair is so dark, I'm not even blonde anymore. But other people see you as a blonde. So try to change your mindset. Another thing is keep heat off your hair. If you can go without straightening, curling, blow drying your hair, do it. Those things are super important because when you're putting heat on your hair, it's just like breaking it as you go. So try not to do that. I feel like those things are pretty self-explanatory. If you have any more questions, talk to your hairstylist. Try to understand what are some options for you. But let's talk about some extra tips, extra hacks that maybe you wouldn't know about. But before we get into that, use heat protectant. Let me show you mine that I really love. Okay, so if you've seen my other videos, you know that I love this stuff. This is the Aveda Heat Relief, and this stuff is awesome because it can go on wet and dry hair. So say that you do put heat on your hair and you don't have a heat protectant, girlfriend, you're doing it wrong. So make sure that you're using a heat protectant. It doesn't necessarily have to be like Aveda or a super expensive one, but try to make it professional. Like, try to get a professional heat relief, because those store brand ones are good if you're a pro or if you're a poor college student like myself, but if you can splurge, get a really nice heat protectant, because we're talking about your growth of your hair. So if you're going to spend like other money elsewhere, this is first and foremost. If you're going to be putting heat on your hair but also spending money on other things, take care of your hair first and foremost, and hopefully that will help you out. Another thing that I want to talk about is actually pillows. So let me go grab mine. So the pillow doesn't necessarily matter, but the pillowcase does. This is my silk pillowcase. I love it. I climb into bed into my cute little, well, I don't have silk sheets, I wish I did, but my like little pillowcase, and oh, it just is so yummy. But another thing that it helps with is it doesn't break off your hair, so that's really good. We like that. Cotton or like linen pillowcases, your hair, imagine it like weaving into the pillowcase, and then when you wake up and you get out of bed, and it can't like unravel itself very well, so it's having to break off of your pillowcase. So if you can splurge on a nice pillowcase, this is I think $20 on Amazon, which to me is kind of a lot for a pillowcase. But like I said, if you're going to be spending money elsewhere, this is an awesome option. And it's so nice. You can enjoy it every night. I am obsessed with silk pillowcases. I just want all of my pillowcases to be silk from now on. So, highly, highly recommend. Another thing that I really love, and I'm so bad at taking them, is some collagen vitamins. This specific brand is pretty awesome, and I haven't seen like crazy results, but my friend swears by this, and I trust her, so you should trust her too. But she actually uses the protein powder, which I think is awesome. If you're going to already be having protein powder, then you might as well make it your collagen powder too. The only thing that I don't like about these pills, I'm pretty decent at swallowing pills, but these pills are like sticky on the outside, and so I feel like they literally get stuck in my throat or like in my mouth, and I can't like swallow them down. So next time I'm excited to try the powder, because I feel like I might get some more use out of it. So but I do highly recommend this brand because it specializes like specifically in hair care. So I really I like them, and they also have like protein bars too, which I thought was kind of cool. The blue one doesn't taste horrible, so just do with that what you will. And then kind of my last little tidbit is elastics. So I'm sure that you've seen these around. They're like getting huge now. They're always at Target. This one's from Nordstrom Rack, I think. But yeah, there's like so many different stores that carry these. And basically what this does is, one, it's not going to kink your hair. So if you go to the gym, go to the pool, go to work, and you put your hair up into a high, tight pony, your hair is most likely going to kink, and then you're going to have to put heat on your hair, which we all know from talking about this little guy, we don't want that, especially if we're trying to grow our hair. So one thing that I love doing is I use these, one, so that they don't kink my hair. Two, they're not as hard on your hair because, again, they're not like a cotton fabric, and so they're not going to be rubbing on your hair and rubbing your hair against each other and making like, I mean, think of like if you were to be like rubbing two pieces of fabric together non-stop. You don't want your hair to be like that either, because it's just going to mess up your hair. It's going to create breakage, and it's not going to be good for your hair in the long run. And especially if you're putting your hair up into a tight pony, think of where that breakage would be at. It's like high up on your hair. So my recommendation is using these little guys, using Heat Relief, getting some collagen powder, and a silk beautiful pillowcase, and your hair will be growing in no time. Thanks, guys!